Billboard put out a list and we read it back in June.
Yeah.
And it even says that here on Billboard.com. It says the 10 hottest rappers of 2024 staff picks. It says after releasing the first iteration of the hottest female rapper list in June, Billboard returns with the final rankings for 2024.
Oh,
So they updated the list.
Okay. We talked about this list back when.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, okay. I gotta give them a slice of credit. I like that they did this because it says the number and the number they gave that person back in June.
Oh, good. Because I was gonna say, do we need to go back? But
No. So it starts with Cardi B as number 10. In June, she was number 7.
Oh.
Rhapsody is number 9. She was not on the list at all in June.
Which was a mistake, I feel.
JT is number 8. She was number 9 in June.
She went up.
Correct. Doja Cat is number 7. She was number 5 in June.
She went down.
Doechii is number 6. She was not on the list in June.
I think she should be higher, but that's my personal opinion.
Lotto is number 5. She was number 8 in June.
I'm sorry, but Doechii should be higher than Lotto.
Sexy Red is number 4. She was number 2 in June. Nicki Minaj is number 3. She was number 1 in June. Megan Thee Stallion is number 2. She was number 3 in June. And this is the wildest shit of all. But Glorilla is number 1. She was number 6 in June.
If this is a list about the hottest right now, I think Glorilla is number 1. I think Doechii should be in the top 5 because I think she's pretty freaking hot right now. She just did SNL. Like she's on the scene. I feel like Lotto should be lower than Doechii. I also think that Doechii is more talented than Lotto, but that's not the question here. As far as hottest goes, I think that Lotto in the first half of the year was a stronger candidate for a higher place on the list. But I think at this point, Doechii has surpassed a lot of these ladies as far as hotness goes. Like as far as who's buzzing right now, Doechii is definitely in the top 4 to 5 of that list, easily. She came out with a vengeance in the second half of the year. I don't know. Meg, that makes sense to me. The rest is questionable.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know why you're staring at me like that.
I'm just letting you get your shit off while I wait.
Well,
my turn.
Feel free to jump in. I was trying to talk to you about it, not take over the conversation.
Okay, I agree that Doechii is on fire right now, but the key part is right now. The beginning half of the year, there was not a lot of buzz about Doechii.
Agreed, yeah.
And so, does she deserve to be on this list? Absolutely. But does she deserve to be in the top 5? Probably not if we're talking about the entire year.
I guess. I don't hear
I'm just responding to what you said. Sure, and that makes her hot today, yes. But if they're talking about the entire 2024, if we didn't hear about you the first half of the year, how high could you be? I think 6 is pretty high.
But what if we're not hearing about you much now? That doesn't make a difference either.
Of course, I'm responding to your Doechii point, not the list as a whole.
Okay.
Now, what I will say is I only really got one thing to say about this list.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say 2 things, actually. Number 1, thank you, Billboard, for including Rhapsody and Doechii. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
As I am a fan of both.
Same.
And I think they deserve to be on this list.
We said back then that, at least I know we said Rhapsody should have definitely been on the list.
In June, we weren't really listening to Doechii, so I can be honest and say that. And that's what I mean about the second half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so And when I say we, I don't mean the culture. I mean you and I, just for the
Yeah, no,
listeners.
I
No,
agree.
I know you know, but I'm saying so the listeners are clear.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying the culture was completely ignoring Doshi before the second half of the year. I'm saying me, you and me, we didn't even really know about Doshi before the second half of the year.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't want to sit up here and act otherwise. But I agree she deserves to be on this list. I mean, her Tiny Desk just came out and I saw it's already over 1 million views.
Hmm.
It came out what, Friday?
Yeah.
Today's Monday when we're recording this. Um, the second thing I would say about this list as a whole is very smart of Billboard to update their list. A
I
lot of
appreciate that they
times,
did that. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of times a list comes out
Uh-huh.
and it's like, all right, that's our list. See you next year when we do our next list, if we do one. Them doing it
Hmm.
is smart. Them doing it keeps the buzz going. Them
Yeah.
doing it keeps them in the conversation. And so I think this is really smart to do an updated list. I think that's fly.
It also makes it really easy for the Billboard staff to go on vacation for the holidays because they put it out there and everybody can talk about it and keep Billboard in their
Exactly.
conversations, and they can go and enjoy their holidays with their families.
Exactly.
So
They can
I
sit at the
agree.
table and watch Family Matters.
Yeah, I agree that it's very I agree that it's very smart.
Yeah, I think it's really, really fucking smart.
Yeah.
We've probably said way too many F words this pod, mostly me. But yeah. Sorry, YouTube.
YouTube will be fine. Um
We're not monetized anyway, so who cares?
no. But yeah, I overall I appreciate that they updated the list. I think that a lot of it makes sense. I can't remember who they knocked off the list because they had to have removed two people in order
I
for
know
Rap
Flo
to be.
Millie's no longer there. I can't remember who the other person is.
Can't remember either. But yeah, I mean, listen, these lists are staff picks. They're not even saying that it's based on their Billboard charts. They're saying it's their staff picked it. So I which is ironic coming from Billboard. But
Yep.
I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with them doing these lists. I think everybody does them. Um I like that Billboard focused, and I said this before. I like that Billboard focused on female rappers.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes we as a culture have a hard time having a conversation about male and female rappers together.
I never think they should go in the same conversation.
Right, and that's fine. But on top of them not being in the same conversation, I think sometimes male rappers get prioritized over female rappers, so you don't see a whole lot of top female rappers lists. You
Right.
see more of top rappers, and it's mostly men or it's all men.
Right.
So I like that Billboard focused on the ladies and then
Same.
came back and said, "Let's talk about them again."
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that because I feel like, especially for someone like me who I have a really hard time with female rap. I say that all the time. And as much as I love women and I love black women and I want to champion everything that they do, I have a hard time with female rap just because they're rapping about things that it's like sometimes it just feels very redundant from one person to the next. I think something great that came out of 2024 is that we got a mix of everything when it came from female rappers. And I can appreciate that. It's a step in the right direction. Because I think it's easier to stomach, I won't use anybody's specific lyrics, but I think it's easier to stomach some of the ones that I don't really gravitate towards when everybody's not doing the same thing. So I could get, uh, I could get WAP and whatever over there, but I could also get Rhapsody and Erica Badu over here, and then Doechii is like this incredible mix of all of these different types of women. And then you got Glorilla, who is creating anthems for women, and I just feel like we got a well-rounded mix of female rap this year, and I can end the year satisfied that I feel like my palette for it has grown. So,
Got you.
you know, that's my 2 cents.
Got you.